you two weren't the only people on set that day, as we clearly saw. And I've heard
Hmm.
rumors about divas on set. Seasmoke, total diva,
The biggest thing about Seasmoke.
really hard to work with.
Seasmoke, he always had to get his juice on set. He needed his juice. He was always calling for break. He had to take a 10-1 and go to the toilet. I'm like, where'd you guys get this? Like, come on. Who is this guy?
Hello, beautiful people. How's it going? I'm back with another video, and today we are blessed with another special guest, Mr. Clinton Liberty, Addam of Hull, or should I say now, Addam Velaryon. Mr. Liberty, thank you so much for being with us. I hope you're doing really well today.
Thank you so much, NASSER, for having me here. I'm so grateful to be here and, explore and exchange our excitement for the show together as a fellow fan. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm so glad you mentioned that you were a fan because I've been dying to ask you, because you're clearly a fan of Game of Thrones and then the first
Hmm.
season of House of the Dragon. Getting on the show, what was the casting process like for you?
So it was sort of similar to every other casting process. You get an audition, you get the briefs. But I remember my agent telling me because he knew I was a big fan of the show, and he was like, "Clinton, you're gonna like this one." I was like, "Oh, here we go, another one, another one I'm gonna like or whatever." And I remember reading it, I was like, "Oh my God, this is for House of the Dragon." And I initially actually auditioned for Abu's role. I auditioned for Alan, our amazing casting director, Katie Rose James. She pulled me inside and said, we're also looking for the little brother. And I was like, dude, sign me up for whatever you guys are looking for. If you're looking for the tree, if you're looking for a horse, a guy to play the horse, I'm your guy. Just let me know. I was in like a Burger King running my lines across the street from the audition because I couldn't be in the audition sort of building for too long before the audition because I was too nervous. So I remember just being in Burger King, just running lines, drilling lines, and then I went in. And then, yeah, I did the audition and I felt really, really good about it. And I felt like the room felt good about it. There was a certain energy after the audition was done. I just felt, walking away from the audition, I felt like, you know what, whether it does go my way or it doesn't go my way, I'm really pleased with the work that I've put in and I'm okay.
Well, clearly they did too, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank God. Yes, they did. They did.
Are you even able to enjoy the show as a fan now that you're kind of a part of it and you get to see kind of the ins and outs of how it works?
I don't know. I feel like it's the long process of working on the show and then the huge process of actually the show coming out. It takes such a long time that you're able to sort of get back into fan mode as opposed to actor mode. And I didn't want to spoil it for any of my family, so we all collectively just enjoyed it as fans because we all loved the first season of House of the Dragon and we loved Game of Thrones. So yeah, all of us just we're just exploring together because you don't really know how it's gonna look in the final version.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm still like I am a fan, but it's still a new experience for me. So yeah.
I'm really glad you get to enjoy it because I've been loving the season. But again, I'm one of the freaks when it comes to the House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and this kind of stuff. So I
Okay.
may be biased, but it has been a phenomenal season.
You're very right. It's been an amazing season. Everyone has just put in so much hard work. And, I'm so grateful to be a part of a team like that. Because you just see all these veterans who've been in the industry, like Steve, like Abu and Eve Best, and the list goes on. You see these people at the height of their careers, but they're still working so hard. It's very inspiring for a newcomer who's still very green, who's still, experiencing all this for the first time. It's so inspirational. And for me, as a young actor, I try and sponge and soak as much knowledge from my surroundings as I possibly can. And I really did that on the show from just these amazing actors. So yeah, it's been a great season.
We saw Adam go from a character of such unfortunate, I hate to say this, but like
No, it's true. It's true.
low-born standard into all of a sudden claiming sea smoke. How was that process like for you, kind of working with that transition? Because I heard that, a lot of these scenes are shot out of order.
Yeah. They're shot like not in chronological order, so you have to kind of map out where your character is at the different journeys and have an idea of where they are at in advance to shooting. So for me, it was the sole thing, the sole foundation of who Adam is at the end of the day, he just wants a relationship with his father, and everything that stems from that, is him wanting the driftwood throne, him wanting to matter in life, wanting service, wanting more for his life. But at the core, of his heart, of his essence, it's he wants a relationship with his father. So him starting off as that, low-born, sort of a low role or position in the shipyard as a shipwright, it's not an easy thing for him because he has that access. He doesn't have access, but he sees what he could be a part of. He sees Corlys every day. He sees the Driftwood Throne. He sees the beauty and the wealth. He sees it, but he can't partake in it. The wonderful thing about Adam is that he never gives up hope. He never ever gives up hope. There was a sense there. That's why one of the reasons, one of the many reasons that Seasmoke actually chooses him is that Adam is a good person and he's very hopeful, even in the worst situations. And, having that hope and always striving to be better and do better, it all just, was a big amalgamation of all of this. And it turned out into getting what he wanted, but in a different way. From that, transitioning into being one of the most vital characters of the dance and being right hand to Rhaenyra is also similar to me, transitioning from where I was to being in the biggest show in the world, and
Yeah.
not just the biggest show in the world, the show that I love, genuinely love, and I was watching anyways. So it's like the correlation between Adam and my life is so close. It really helped me get into the role.
And I'm glad that it did because your performance is so visceral. When you were mentioning that Adam is just a genuinely good person, I know you've seen the edits. I know you've seen the fan response, the thirst traps women are making of you.
Thank you so much. No, the fan reception has been amazing because you do these things in isolation and you're working sort of alone. No one's seeing you. You're doing all this prep, and the only thing you hope is that the fans resonate with whatever you're giving, and the fact that they have, it means the world to me. I'm so, so grateful that they've taken to Adam the way they have and everything that's going on with the edits and the TikToks and the memes, which I've seen every single one of them. Trust me. It's I've never been a meme before, but all of a sudden Adam's a meme now, and it's a dream come true in every regard. It couldn't have gone better. Like in all my imagination, all the possible realities I would have imagined it to have gone, this is number one, the best way it could have ever gone. So I'm so, so grateful to all of them.
I heard a rumor that Emma Darcy is the sweetest human being on the entire planet. So, what was it like working with them on a scene where the character of Rhaenyra is essentially scolding you to death in fear of you betraying her? What was the process of that?
It was so much at once in the best possible way because, first of all, the rumors are true. Emma is the best and the sweetest person I've personally ever worked with in my career, ever. Because Emma is so sweet. And then I saw Emma transition like in real time from Emma to Rhaenyra. I'm like, that person isn't Emma. That's the queen. That's Rhaenyra. Like they just disappeared. And I saw it in real time. They were so lovely, they were so supportive, and they gave me an opportunity to explore the character with them in a way that I could never have dreamed. But being Adam in the scene, Adam was terrified. Adam doesn't know anything about the politics that are going on in the war between the green and the blacks and the greens. He's just very careful. He's trying to play the game. He's trying to not give up too much, but also say enough to win her over and say the right things, because if it goes the wrong way, he potentially could be killed. Because as you know, Adam isn't a skilled dragon rider. He just got here. Like he
Yeah.
just got claimed. So he's not skilled at this. He needs time to learn. Whereas obviously Rhaenyra, she's the queen. She knows what she's doing. She could burn Addam anytime.
I really loved your explanation just now about how his brain is kind of in a state of confusion because I don't know if you know, but I film reactions to the episodes as they come out. And when Adam didn't reveal that Corlys was his father, I was so confused as to
Yeah.
why that was. That created a kind of, confusion for Rhaenyra because she thought, okay, well, can anybody claim a dragon? So why
Mm.
do you think that Adam hesitated to reveal his parentage?
So that's a really interesting question. You know, you see the queen, you know your father is Lord Corlys. He's the wealthiest man in the land. The first reaction would be to, yes, this is my father. That's him. You want to associate
That's what I
yourself.
would do.
That's what I would do as well. If he wants to establish a relationship with Corlys, if the queen finds out through him in this manner, it might not be the best look on Corlys because as he knows, he's lived it his whole life. He's a bastard child. Like no one has ever connected him with Corlys. You know, the closest thing would be Alan, but no one even connects Alan with Corlys. And he's the ignored one. Addam is the ignored one. He has no relationship whatsoever. So no one suspects a thing. And for him, it would be unwise to reveal that, sort of important knowledge to the queen if Corlys hasn't done that already. And that for him, he feels won't really be a great way for him to establish a relationship with Corlys. It would kind of be, on the back foot a little bit. And also, he doesn't know that if he answers, "Oh, Corlys is my father," he doesn't know if he's going to be punished. He doesn't know if Corlys is going to be punished. He doesn't know if Alan's going to be punished. So if he reveals this thing about any of his family members, they could also face the consequences.
What was the process like of kind of, having to essentially the scene from episode 6 where you're getting chased by Seasmoke, and I'm assuming, even though I don't want to assume, that dragons aren't real. What are you staring at when you're shooting?
So it's a combination of different elements. So the first one is we had a drone that was flying atop above me, like Seasmoke, so to give me an eye line for where I could look, and also, for the CGI people for reference on where Seasmoke was at any given time. So we had a really cool, slick black drone flying atop me, and the other one we would have these amazing stunt performers. They would have the head of Seasmoke and they would basically pretend to be Seasmoke to give me sort of an eye line. And also, once you can see Seasmoke's head, you can sort of imagine the rest of the body, how it's going to move. So they were amazing.
Did you have a crazy reaction when you saw it on TV? Because
Yes, yes, absolutely. Especially the scene where when he jumps in, because I was watching with my mother and we both kind of flinched, like, whoa, that was like, and for me, one thing I really appreciated and I'm extremely grateful for is the fact that we had an unprecedented scene in the Game of Thrones sort of the history of a dragon claiming a rider.
there's a lot of tension on the dinner table at the finale between you
Hmm.
and the White. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to punch him in the face too. But I was curious what Adam's motivations were, or I think why he feels such a visceral emotion against Ulf's incompetence.
Because he's very protective of the queen. He wants this is an opportunity for Addam to prove himself to everyone. This is the opportunity he's been waiting for his whole life. But he like with that opportunity also comes the sort of wanting to protect the queen at all costs. Like he genuinely believes Rhaenyra is the rightful ruler to the Seven Kingdoms. You can kind of tell where someone's head is by how they treat the sovereign. Are they respectful or are they disrespectful? And he can sort of sense that from Ulf, and he doesn't take that lightly because he understands where they are. He understands the rulers. He understands decorum and respect in the presence of royalty. And the fact that Ulf just doesn't seem to get that says a lot about Ulf, and could possibly say more about him and his approach to this war. And it just makes Addam really, really worried. So he's very unsure. He almost feels like he has to protect her a little bit from what is going on with Ulf. And Yeah. It's a very uneasy, high tension
Yeah.
sort of dinner place.
I mean, sometimes I wish that I hadn't read the book because if I didn't, I genuinely would have thought Rhaenyra would have ordered to have him killed then and there. I think he deserved it. I think he deserved it, honestly.
Me as Clinton, I think so too.
At the end of the season, we see Adam getting suited up to go to battle. And while you mentioned that Adam does believe Rhaenyra is the true heir, Adam seems a little worried, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think is going on in his head at that moment?
It's the same thing I believe that goes into anyone's heads before they go into battle or war. No matter how prepared you think you are, you don't know how you will feel until the moment is right there in front of you. Let's just remember, Adam has never been in this kind of situation. He's a shipwright. He's a shipwright that's been elevated to this position of power. And now he has to face the sort of consequences and responsibility with that power, which means going to war for your queen, which means battle, which means, you know, potentially killing people and potentially causing a great sum of destruction. And coming from where Adam has come from, he's not really bred for that, you know, and having to all of a sudden be this person, it's a lot on him. And you can see that on his face as he's getting prepared because he's putting on the armor of war. And that takes a toll on anyone, whether you're a dragon rider or you're a soldier. It takes a toll on anyone.
100%. I'm terrified for season three. I'm, I mean, I have read the book. I don't want to get into it because obviously I don't want to spoil for all of the beautiful people watching. But is there anything that you are excited to get into moving forward now that, the chess pieces have been put into place? Rhaenyra has an army and three new dragon riders. What do you, as Mr. Clinton Liberty, what are you excited to work on in season three?
I have to be careful with how I answer this because I have the HBO agents there with their snipers ready to, you know, all I can say is I'm very, very grateful to be a part of this season. Whatever, the future holds, I'll leave it with in the vision and the hands of the wonderful Ryan Condal and our amazing directors. But right now, I'm just excited. Like I'm still trying to get over this season, let alone even think about whatever's gonna happen in the future. But yeah, right now I'm just excited about now. I'm excited about being, a part of House of the Dragon season 2, and yeah, I'm just very grateful about right now.
Well, you definitely should be. Congratulations, man, honestly.
Thank
Um,
you, Nasa.
a lot of people on Instagram are having a great time looking at all of your BTS pics with every single member of the cast. You're collecting them like infinity stones.
Yes.
Super happy for you. But I had to ask if there were any more BTS funny moments between you and the cast that you would like to share because you look like a blast on set.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm just trying to have as much fun as I possibly can. Yes, I have some more BTS about the dinner scene. And it's funny because when I start posting that, you'll actually see how dramatically different it is, in real life, how we all really get along, how Tom is amazing, who plays Ulf. He's so funny. We got along so well. Me and Kieran got along, everybody. So we're just a bag of laughter, behind the scenes. So I have more of that coming, and I had to just wait until this episode came out to officially start just unloading all of them. But yeah, it's just a great atmosphere. And for me, Nassar, the thing is, outside of even being in the show, I wanted to, for personal reasons and myself, like I wanted to document this journey. Because there's going to be a time that'll go, everybody's done, they're gone on to do different things, and I'll want to go. I never want to have that regret of thinking. I wish I had documented that, the journey of House of the Dragon more. I wish I can definitely say now that will not be something I will think because I've documented everything I possibly could. But yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason I take as many pictures as I can. Obviously, because I'm a fan of the show, but also just to look back on them and relive them again through all these photos. So yeah.
Honestly, Mr. Liberty, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Congratulations
Thank you, my
on
friend.
this unbelievable achievement. You deserve
Thank you.
it and 10 times more, honestly.
No, just thank you. Thank you. I really appreciated the interview. I'm a fan of your work. I love your stuff. You know, I see all the reaction videos and so like honestly, I really appreciate content creators like you. So thank you as well. Honestly, a big thank you. Because we'd be nowhere without people like you. So thank you.
Honestly, I'm really grateful for you saying that. For anybody watching this who wants to stream House of the Dragon Season 2, you can do so in the Middle East on OSN Plus. The entire season is available. And if you say that you've already watched the season, I've watched each episode 4 times, do better and get binging. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.